guys, welcome back to Melgita 911, and today we have none other than Soumick from Warmarshal. So Soumick, can we say Warmarshal is from Hyderabad or Kolkata?
Well, Warmarshal is technically from Hyderabad. Warmarshal started off at around 2017, but the inception was way back, 2016 or something. So I started off with a very good friend of mine, Dev Shubro, who was a part of Dead Veneration, like my previous band, which was around in 2011, and finally by drummers, drummers are a rare breed. You need to find earth and heaven and hell and everything to find a drummer who can play on tempo, dude. just that. So a random Facebook post, this is happening in 2017, a random Facebook post okay, somebody who is interested to play mid tempo, slow tempo death metal, death and doom together. So a guy commented Ankit Sahu, that's it, that was the comment, Ankit Sahu. So one day we contacted the guy, and we were in I think so Miapur in Hyderabad, and Ankit Sahu, this guy, used to stay at a place which is not even in Hyderabad. You go out of Hyderabad and you get onto the road to Warangal, that is where he stays. Okay, so it's around 30 odd kilometers out from our place, away from our place. So we went there, we talked with him. He had a music community going there, active music community, and he was busy with jams and all. So we were okay, fine, once you are done. So I'm talking about this it's 2017 December. So once you're done, let's jam one day. Then the jam happened in 2018, I think so, March or February, and Ankit gelled. I don't know somehow, but he became a brother. So that was the first thing that we had, where we chatted with him, you have to play in tempo. Second, you have to be us. Warmarshal is not a band, it's a concept. So everybody can be Warmarshal. So that synergy, that vibe came together, and we started jamming, and that's how Warmarshal was formed technically. And then member change happened, and right now Akash and Hubert are playing together. So the good guys, and so obviously Warmarshal will always be a Hyderabadi band. Anyhow, if that answers your question.
So how did you get into music in first place?
Music was back then, Ma was Vishwabharati Chhatri. So, and what happens in every Bengali household, somebody or the other knows either how to sing or how to play the tabla, or it's a stereotypical concept, but it's true. It's very true. It basically started off with Ravindra Sangeet as usual, Rujul Giti as usual, and then at around class 5, 6, got I heard of Linkin Park actually. From 6 to 6:30 in Cartoon Network back in those days, after Dragon Ball Z, I think so. So a show used to come, half an hour of music. So the first video that got into my head was Points of Authority, that animated video. So Points of Authority was basically my first introduction to distorted guitars, honestly. So during this time, I was very fascinated. How does an instrument make a sound like that? Before that, I used to play just normal scales on the harmonium and all, and used to do choir stuff in school. I studied in an ICSE school, so choir was there. So To Serve With Love, and then Winds of Change. That I did not even understand the music, or I did not even understand the what is this band about, or what is this musical group about, but he used to sing those songs. I did not know. So we were okay, fine. I was okay, fine. Okay, this is distorted guitars. Okay, fine, cool. So Siddha Shah, a school friend of mine, so he had a guitar, and back then I did not know how to play guitar. So I just simply told him that, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna take the guitar, I'm gonna go back home. So I took the guitar, I went back home, I started strumming, but that distortion was not there. Like it basically it became like I wanted jam, it became tram.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was basically so that was the time when I was like fascinated with that instrument. Like okay, fine. Then came like I came across a bootlegged MP3 like around 320 songs or something like that. So that basically like was a turning point of my life. So like that CD contained songs like I actually remember the chronology of the albums also. So finally got the albums. So I started listening of AC/DC. Mind was blown, like beautiful. Never heard of them before. Did not even know what this music is all about. Like beautiful. Dream Theater, not so much. Just I couldn't take it from the first moment. Then came Iron Maiden. Like I was like, fine, like it's nice, really nice. Like I love Maiden, like beautiful stuff. And then came the band which actually killed everything for me. Like it defined heavy metal. What is heavy metal for me? Judas Priest. Simple as that. No frills, nothing. Simple, straightforward heavy metal. The punch of going heavier was only due to Pantera. So like simple, like 5 minutes alone, or like those are all famous songs, but like what Broken Cheeks or Sunken Drinking, whatever the fuck it is, that one song, like it starts with the bass line, they're like ding 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 ding. So that thing, like Pantera was like my it was like the gates of hell opened and I just entered into the realm of something which is very heavy, which is very different and which kicks you on your face. So that is how I got into technically like metal music. So I started off listening to and the fun part is I did not have a like Discman back then, like where I can play an MP3 CD. So Dad used to have an old school Philips CD player, not an MP3 player. So then, and that was Dad's property. Like I was not even allowed to fucking touch that. Okay. Simple as that was Dad's property. Like Dad had two things which I am not allowed to touch even till today. One is that CD MP3 player, CD player, CD cassette player, and the other one is a gramophone that I am not allowed to touch. So the fun part is, so I started off listening to the album. How did I listen to that album? I used to get 12 rupees pocket money from my mom to play an hour of computer games in a cyber cafe. So I used to save like every month I used to get just 12 rupees for 1 hour. So I saved that 12 rupees for a whole year. So mom saw that and mom understood that this guy is driven. Okay, fine, let's get him a Discman. Result bhalo hoyechilo, jai hok. The result was good. Okay. Classic sir. So I got the Discman and all, and then came our heard a lot of Bangladeshi band at that time. Like there was a guy Somudroda of my school actually, very senior guy. Like I was in class 6, he was in class 12. So he was like, have you listened to Stentorian? Listen to Stentorian. Have you listened to Arbovirus? Listen to Arbovirus. Have you listened to Orthoin? Listen to Orthoin. So I was like blown away. I was just fucking blown away by. In fact, I still remember. I remember Stentorian. Why I remember Stentorian? Because the name of the album was, I think so, Adrishya Juddho, and it had 2 songs, Adrishya Juddho Part 1 and Part 2. And both these songs, they could have actually made it into one song, but they separated the songs, and it justifies it shows how musically they are like far ahead of their own times. So that is how music came. And then my elder brother was there, like Mashichele, like the cousin elder brother was there. So he was big back then. He was big into your Backstreet Boys, then Blue, One Love, and then Ricky Martin and all those stuff. So he was the one who had a PC back then. Like I think this is in class 8 or 9. So we used to play like Q Club. There was an old school game like 8-ball pool snooker. We used to play Q Club, and we used to listen to like Sultans of the Swing, Dire Straits. We used to listen to what do you call that? Sting. And then another band that we used to listen to a lot because of my elder brother was Pink Floyd. Basically. My dad played a huge part actually. Like I missed my dad in this. Like actually, like when I started listening off to Western music, like my dad was like, "Come here." Come here. I was like, okay, fine, I went. So dad brings out his old gramophone and I see like I think so I was watching something. I think so I was watching an Amir Khan movie. But that song like na 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 na
Love You Raja.
Love You Raja. I was listening to that song. I was watching the movie. I think it was Amir Khan only, right?
Yeah.
So
no, Raja Hindustani.
Raja Hindustani.
Probably.
Yeah,
Raja, Love You Raja.
Fucking dude.
I have a cab back.
So I think my dad was like, "Come here, I'll make you listen to the original." I was like, okay, fine. When I went like upstairs, like my house is like 2 stories, and like in between those 2 stories there is a small space like where we used to store all those things, and dad used to have his gramophone there. On a Saturday, I think so around 4 or 5ish, so that was the time. So dad took me upstairs and he brings out this this whole like vinyl of vinyl of Adventurers. So and he makes me listen to Come September. I was like, fuck, ye to bada chota. I was like, I just went my head over heels over that. So dad was the one who made me listen to, like then when he understood that I was going inside this thing, so he was the one who made me listen to a lot of instrumental stuff like the Venturers, and he made me listen to a lot of your Aerosmith. He made me listen to a lot of Beatles, and I never knew my dad was into that kind of music. So that was a bolt from blue for me one day. Because like every time his gramophone used to play, there was Nojul Giti, there was Kaji Shuhash, I think so, narrating Kobi Nojul's poem Bidrohi. So that was like how I was brought up, and that is how music came technically.
So like how did these things happen? Like you were probably a part of the second wave of pioneering acts of Kolkata. Like you have been in bands like Dead Generation, like you say, like, and then you were also bassist for Mortar as well, and probably you played in Deadbolt as well, I guess.
So the thing is basically like I started playing off around I think so class 6, 7, like with that guitar, like never had a formal guitar teacher or something like that. But listening to Fossils and all the stuff, listening to Cactus, Lokki Chhara, listening to all these Bangladeshi bands, like, and like at that time, like whatever they used to play, I was like mind fucking blown. Like, how the fuck am I gonna like, how the fuck am I gonna play this? Like, how the fuck am I gonna attain this? That is how like the guitar thing started. And like coming out from a very small town of West Bengal, Durgapur, like you seldom expect like metalheads are a rare breed, honestly. Like I think so. Like metal is like that Harry Potter sorting hat. So metal chooses you in which house you're gonna be. So metal chose me. So that is how like everything started. And then I came down in college around in 2009 in Kolani. So everything started rolling off from there. So first band I had was a college band. It was called Jamonta. This whole band was basically from Muddungram. Okay, and Michael Lover is my like Mamar Bari, like basically like my grandfather's house technically. So we used to jam there. Technically it was a cover band, but we used to cover things which like there was no parity in those covers, and we made a song called Nishya Jivan. So one guy from Kashrapara suddenly pings me in Facebook one day, Polash Mitro. So he's like, bro, you play the bass. Okay, I do play the bass. Bro, listen, I have a band. I have an old school death metal band. Do you wanna play? I'm like, fuck it, yeah, okay, cool. So how we meet? In Bangalore station, there are 2 guys waiting. One guy is like very short, and the other guy is tall. So the short one was Polash, and the tall one was Dev Shurlo. So they were like, we want to play old school death metal, like Bolt Sword, like Autopsy. So back then, like somebody telling me onto my face that I want to play Autopsy, like it's like an instant orgasm for me. Like fuck, somebody at least wants to play like autopsy, dude. So that started off, like from there it started off, and the fun part is like, I think it's 2011. So Dead Veneration kicked off. So Paul Ash on guitars, Deshru on guitars, me on bass, and Abhishek on vocals, Babai on vocals. And like we never got a drummer technically. So we used to cover like Bolshoi, we used to cover Bolshoi, we used to cover Obituary, and I used to basically listen to the songs and make those drum tracks so that like at least we can cover those songs, like play those songs, or jam those songs. And we went up on stage like that also. Like the first gig, I think, so Ritual Ascension Fest. So Ritual Ascension Fest is basically like, if you technically see, like remove all those 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 10-minute bands. Like, so from the death metal side, we had Necro Deity, like fucking it, and we were Dead Veneration. And from thrash metal side, we had Armament and Mortar. So. And that is how everything like the ball of the second wave of metal in Kolkata or the first wave of old school metal in Kolkata started off. So I don't think so it shouldn't. I should term it as the first wave. I should term it as the second wave of metal in Kolkata, because or old school metal in Kolkata, because the first wave of old school metal in Kolkata was already done by Richter Scale, was already done by Atmahatya. It was already done. And Nitric Dreams, I think so. Another band. Like, those are fabulous bands. Amavasya. Like, I still remember, like, Naktola Metal Poli, I'm listening to the CD, and like, Steve the, I think so, Amavasya vocalist, Amavasya's vocalist, like, he's like, whatever. Chronic Sound was there back then. Inhuman was there back then. And I was a big fanboy of Inhuman. Like, fucking hell, dude, a guy coming on and screaming like death, and he's covering death like how it should be played. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, dude, like that blew my mind fucking away. And in between this, like, I wanted just to expand my musical horizon and all. So I became a part of a fusion project as well. Like, so it had blues and it had folk, and it was called Street Blues. So I had a nice time, had an EP with them also. I think it's still in Reverb Nation. So the Street Blues, the blues S is not S, it's Z, just for the coolness of it. I don't know why the fuck they did that.
We all do that.
So like the fuck this shit. So that's how everything happened. And when Dead Veneration was not there, what to do? I joined Mortar. Then Mortar was like, after that, after I left, I think so Aniruddha joined as a bassy, and then after that there was no more Mortar, I think so. Like, no more Mortar, I shouldn't say, but
until recently, like
Peacekeeper. Then Neelabjo happened. Technically, Deadbolt happened. So Deadbolt had a guitarist, I think so his name was Shourab. I never met him. So Shourab was leaving Deadbolt, and they had a original called City of Rot. So like, I heard the song for the first time and I was like, fuck, this is nice. The song was nice. So I was like, okay, fine, cool. Let's start off. Let's do. So we had Neelabjo on bass vocals, Bob on drums, me on guitars, and another Guru Babu on guitars. Deadwood was, I think, so the last band that I played for in 2014. That was my last gig in Kolkata, and then life happened, dude. Like, job happened, Pune happened, Hyderabad happened. That was another, like, it was not a college band, but like local people from Kollani, actually. Kollani, one guy from Kollani, two guys from Kollani, one guy from Chagda. So all those, Shohom Pramanik was from Chagda. So he used to be the vocalist, and the band was called Beyond Redemption. So we were like we are all lost guys, and we made two originals, I think so. We made two originals also there. So like all these things, like I spent my college life like just trying to avoid supplementary exams and just playing music. That is how I spent my college life. and obviously. So that's all about deadbolt, dead generation, and mortar.
So tell me about this phase, like you pass out from college and then all this band stuff stops for you since you're changing from cities. And how did still we know a little bit about Warmarshal since you said about the people in the past and all. But still, how did this thing change for you personally? Like when did you find like I need to do something?
Okay. So, that's a very nice question actually. Like, so when 2013 happened, I passed out in 2013, and then I was jobless for about a year. So I was doing this job I did job in 2 companies, I think so. I still, the first one was VAP Technologies, and they had an Australian shift. So I used to wake up every day at 3 o'clock in the night, and I used to wait for a cab at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the shift I used to wait for the cab at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the shift used to start at 5 o'clock and used to end at around 4:30. Like I did the job for about a month, and I understood that like this is going to take a toll not on my health but on my mental health. So I was like, fuck this shit. I did not even take the salary. Fuck this shit. I'm just not gonna go there. And then the second company, what happened was this is I think so 2013 December 21st. So December 21st, like my grandfather who lives in Michael Navar, he dies like like natural causes. He dies of natural causes. So I asked them that I'm not going to come to office. The office was I think so near that Korunamui bus stand. Okay. So I'm not going to come to office. I'm just going to go to my grandfather's place. He is no more. So at first they were like, okay, 21st I think so. 21st was a Friday. 22nd, 23rd. I told them that just give me till 25th. I'm going to come back on 26th. So they were like, no, you have to come back on 24th. Unfortunately I couldn't come back because I did not have the mentality to go back. Like how could I go back? So when I come back, I joined the first thing. I came back on 26th. I joined the office. The first thing that was done to me was I was taken to a meeting room, and I was told that you are fired. Then and there, you are fired. Dad was retired, like had all the responsibility on me. So I was like, fuck this shit. How am I gonna survive? So I thought music is the only way that I'm gonna survive. But the means to achieve the kind of music that I'm trying to do and the place that I'm trying to do in India, well, if you don't have money, you should not come to the music business at all. No, that is when everybody closes the doors on you. So like those metalhead instincts, they come out. They start giving you that boost. So I was like, fuck all this shit. By 18th March, my birthday, I'm gonna get a job. And by 12th March, I had a job. I had a good fucking job. Tech Mahindra, and that company has set me for life, honestly. So having a day job is very important. Very important. Okay. Like unless and until you have like baap ka khazana, dada ka mal, job is important.
Yeah.
Like upfront.
Absolutely.
2014 came down to Hyderabad. Had a gala time with very few, like 6 to 7 people. Like those 3 months passed away, like, and it was a welcome break for me. Like after all those like frustrating moments of like the unsurety about life, like what to do, where to go, how to make money, how to support. So those 3 months were like, it was a fucking welcome break. And then the reality hit me when I came down to Pune. So I understood, like by 3 years I understood how the corporate culture works, how people work in IT sector. And honestly, like I threw myself into it. Like did not even want to be associated with music at all. I was lying to myself. Because like stage is something which gives me that I respect that area. Like never ever been drunk or sloshed on stage. Never. 2015 December. One night I'm having this call with Devshur and like we're just chatting and all. So he was like, "Bhai, band ta ki banabi?" I was like, "Okay, like where are you coming from?" He is in fucking Gurgaon, dude. I am in Pune. Our vocalist is in Bangalore. Like, how the fuck we are going to make a band? So, they're like, chill, I'll do something. I think so, the 1st of January 2016, I bought myself a guitar in Pune. I had no contact with a guitar from 2014 till 2016.
Holy hell.
I did not even play a single note. So I got myself an acoustic guitar, just like, okay, fine. Started playing. Some riffs came, put them into a structure, send it off to Devshur bro. Devshur like, fuck bhai, the song is ready. Like, I was like, okay fine, the song is ready. Like now what to do? Like imagine this, an acoustic guitar recorded on a phone. You take that recording and you put it on Cubase, and I was programming drums on that. Like the whole song, the guitar is there, the acoustic guitar is there, the drums are there. Like acoustic guitar is going on and drums are going, double bass is going on. That's okay. And in between that, the incessant tick tock tock tick tock tock. It's just going on. And Devshur got the gist of the song. I don't know how he got the gist of the song, but he got the gist of the song. And he was like, "Fuck this, the song is ready." Lyrics. Abhishek. He was like, "I have the lyrics for this. I had written this in 2012 or 13, I think so, 2012 or 13." And that is how To Regain Lost Glory, the title track of Warmarshal's EP, came to be. So that was written in 2016. And like in 2017, I called up Devshur and I was like, okay, fine. I got into Deloitte and I'm moving off to Hyderabad. So he was like, okay, fine. So you want to do the band in Pune or the band in Hyderabad? Like, I'm moving to Hyderabad. Why not do the band in Hyderabad? September afternoon, like one day, he calls me up and he's like, "Mujhli to asked she." Like, what do you mean by asked she? I was like, he's like, asked she. Like, chakri, about the job that we are doing in Gurgaon, ছেড়ে দিয়েছি, পাতা ফেলে দিয়েছি. I was like, you resigned, okay, fine. Now what? Hyderabad chakri পেয়ে গেছি, আসছি. He crashed into my place. Simple as that. We slowly started off recording our stuff. So, To Regain Lost Glory was already there in 2016. This is what was written in an hour. And then Dragunov again was written in about a week's time. The most time that one song took was Vanguard. Like, Vanguard took the most time. And like basically we had two songs already. We had This Is War and To Regain Lost Glory ready, and Ankit joined when we were making Vanguard. So Ankit was the one who like actually made Vanguard with us, and then Dragunov with us. Okay, so that is how like it came to like at a certain point of time when like I will quote fossils here anyhow, like শততার বিলাসিতা আর নয়. So that song like যখন দেওয়ালে পিঠ থেকে যায় তখন ঘুরে দাঁড়াতে হয়. So at times when like there is nothing more to lose in life, what more can you do? And metal gave that. I still remember like going to interviews and all, getting rejected, listening to Accept. Always been in the most darkest of my days. It has been in my most happy moments, but it has been like metal music has been there with me in the most darkest of my days. So people will understand that feeling only if they are remotely associated with metal.
So like, how did lyrical influences come from especially Warmarshal?
Lyrical influences. So I have written only one lyrics of Warmarshal. Maximum lyrics has been written by Devshur bro, and he's a very shy guy, but he's very fucking opinionated. Like, he has his opinions, and like
kind of a conviction, I guess.
And his opinions.
So we have a drill going around.
So this like his opinions were like very straightforward, very up to the point, and and his viewpoints are like why the fuck is this happening? Like why this religious fanaticism? Why is this dogma? Why what the fuck, dude? Like and he was too upfront, and like when he used to write, I used to think like how does a man or how does a guy like pen down his thoughts so exactly, so precise. So that is what Dekshubro is to me. Like he is the wizard with words, and we have always been a very politically charged band. It's not like we are not going to say that okay fine, no, like we see stuff and then we analyze stuff and then we write about those stuff. Like what is wrong, and we have to scream about that, and we scream about that. So like basically, like if you see the EP, Vanguard is for those guys or for those soldiers who, it's self-explanatory. It's like first in the line of fire, the bravest of the brave. Like the first people who charge in, the first people to die. That is about Vanguard. Like Dragunov is a sniper. Like the people who think that okay fine, the fuck here, the sniper is just hiding and shooting. No. Like imagine a guy who is shooting like around like some yards away from you. Like fuck the shooting. Like what must he be going through? Like this is what is basically like. It's like I can sum up this is what in just one line, dude. Like old people talking while young men die, dude. They are not gonna like these fuckers. They are not gonna even like raise one fucking needle to prick a butthole. Yeah. But they're gonna just push people and just make them fight their own fucking wars. What the fuck is this?
They don't give an entire life to live, right? And these people, they have lived their entire lives.
Yeah.
Statements and stuff about that.
Exactly.
So like, how did vocals happen? Like you were never a vocalist, right? In your past bands. So how did vocals happen? Like it's a technique, right? You cannot just have it overnight and stuff like that.
No, it's unfortunately yes.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot say that I'll be a vocalist and I'll start drawing.
No, unfortunately it happened like that only. Oh wow. Unfortunately it happened like that only. So never understood like how growls work, how screams work, how speeches work. I never understood that, the concept of it. But like I saw one guy and I saw him up and close. Samit Das, Necrodity. So we used to, Dead Generation used to jam at Necrodity's place. And Samit Da is an impeccable vocalist. Like he can just he's just gonna take you, like crush you in, and he's just gonna gulp you down. Like he's that kind of a vocalist, and he's like that. Like beautiful fucking vocalist. And Abhishek was like a huge fan of Chris Barnes. So he was like, Balista ne, like take the pillow, put it on your face and scream. Like, okay. I used to scream, ah! So they were like that. It's fine, fuck, nothing is happening. Okay. All these things are done. The song is ready. So we told him, Abhishek, that come down on a Saturday on a weekend. Give the vocals, your song. You can easily finish it off in an hour or so. And he had a massive punch, that guy. So he was like, have I asked you? So I was like, cool. The train was on Friday night. The train was on a Friday night, and I call him up. At 11 I call him. The train is around 11 or 11:30 or I've forgotten that time. 11ish. I call him at 11, not picking up the phone. Calling him at 11:15, 11:30, called him at 11:45, religiously calling him, he's not picking up. At 1 o'clock a call comes, and that Abhishek from the other side of it. Bhai, train miss kore gechi. I was like, what the fuck are you doing then? So Abhishek finally did not turn up to that recording. We were angry and we wanted to vent out anger. So we got a bottle of Old Monk and we started listening to Bullshot. So I think so around half a bottle down, we were just listening and we were just chilling out. Dev Shuru goes off to the washroom and he comes back and he finds me like growling powder bones, the whole shot. And he's like, "Sir, bhai, tu ito paribi." That next day, on Sunday, that whole song got completed. And like, it was just basically, it was like, I gave everything. Like, I basically, it's like a switch in your brain, dude. Like, that switch, like, that switch is off. It's off. You just need to turn on that switch. Like, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. Like, so a guy from became that you can do. Like that's just you need to like break down that barrier, like break down that mental barrier and move on. That is how growls came. Playing an instrument and then singing, that thing was really tough. And I think so, like, one person who like just made it so fucking easy for me is no more in the world today, Alexi Layer. So he was like, whenever you are playing in one of his interviews, like, whisper your songs whenever you are playing the guitar. So that I tried that and it really works, dude. Like, it basically, like, it becomes your muscle memory. Like, not only your fingers, but your voice also becomes your muscle memory. So that is how vocals came.
So currently, I have seen a couple of new guys, like new bands. They are thinking about like we need to have a lot of money to tour and stuff.
Yeah.
So what notion do you have about that? Like you being from you being a working class guy and about that. You are running a band which is touring around and stuff.
A band is basically like a small fucking baby, dude. The same way you need money for Cerelac and food and clothes and diapers, the same way a band needs that amount of attention and that amount of money. And to attain that, you do need money. So, like, most of my money, whatever I earn, like, it goes into jams, it goes into recordings and stuff, it goes into promotions and stuff. Like Bridge Raj, like fucking Bridge, like slate on it, like fucking hell. That guy helped us like tremendously. Like from the first moment, like I just sent him a song and he was like, I'm gonna print your t-shirts, I'm gonna take your CDs, I'm gonna print them, and you don't need to think about anything. You just focus on the music.
Yeah, in fact, your first EP was signed under, Slate
Yeah. So Bridge Raj was like it was like he was like a blessing in disguise. Like and Warmarshal is nothing like without the people listening to it. And Bridge Raj made it possible. We had one song out on YouTube. Bridge Raj made it possible that these songs reach places like Europe, these songs reach places like France, this song reach places like Germany, UK, US, wherever. And that was possible because like he put faith in us, we put faith in him, and he delivered. So like that whole thing, like whatever we earned from those CDs, those merch and all, that is going to go back, return into the second EP or second thing, whatever we are gonna release. Without money or without like decent amount of money is needed for touring, because metal is only for very selected few. And if you see the crowd, so you see either very old people who have been listening to metal for their life, or you see very young people who are just into colleges, schools, and they are just saving up some pocket money or asking from their parents and coming to gigs. So it has to be economically viable for both the band and the organizer. There have been instances where like organizers have taken all the loot and gone off without paying a single shit, and there has been instances where we at least got some cut of the money. Like fun fact, technically first paid gig of Warmarshal was not in this country, dude.
Holy hell.
Yeah, first paid gig of Warmarshal was in Sri Lanka. And that gig was fucking nice. Like, beautiful people, beautiful crowd, beautiful food, beautiful beer. Everything was beautiful. Like, it was top notch.
Lion.
Yeah, super strong. And Rusiru, like, fucking hell, amazing guy. So, well, all the bands were fucking amazing. Like, I have seldom seen like a show where all the bands are fucking tight, and like Nefertiti specifically, like the guys who called us. There were guys from Genocide Shrines as well, and had a nice hearty chat with them. Like, the nice people, like very good people. Coming back to the point is like you need decent amount of money to at least like you're wearing this t-shirt. Like if this would have been your band, right, then and I would have been wearing this t-shirt, you should at least make one point sure that this t-shirt is comfortable and you feel like wearing it time and time again. And to make a comfortable t-shirt, to make a good quality t-shirt, like quality comes with a price. You make a CD, the quality of the CD comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. So you need to have that. You need to have some amount of money, but like use your day job to fund your musical escape. Basically, it's not an escape actually. It's basically like what you want to do. Always, and whatever you want to do, you'll always find time and money for that. If you if you find time, you'll definitely find the money. That's all that matters.
So now let's talk about you as a musician. Mm-hmm. Sort of fair share of your career, whatever it was.
Music was never my career.
Yeah, exactly. But still, you have been in a pretty known bands in the underground.
If music would have been my career, I would have written working in Warmarshal as a guitarist.
Yeah, exactly.
I have seen people writing that on their Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get paid, but you write. Exactly.
So,
but still, you have been a bassist for a major part of your life as well, right? Not just a guitarist.
Yeah.
So what's your status now? How do you what was the transition like, or how do you do you still play bass, or do you still like playing bass and stuff like that?
So basically, like writing riffs on bass is way fucking easier, dude. And like being an old school death metal guy, listening to Autopsy or Bolt Sword, like I would prefer writing my riffs on my bass. Like fuck that. Like God used to write riffs in bass. Let me, God, he used to write riffs in bass. So why not? So, and like bass has always intrigued me more than the guitar. Bass has always intrigued me. Like how does an instrument which stays silent most of the time brings out like a lot of flavors that are a complete different extension to your song if you know how to use it, if you know how to use the bass, if you know how to use like every instrument you play. It should be like a voice. It should have a voice. It should have a distinct voice. Like your guitar will always have a distinct voice. Your voice will always have a distinct voice. But your drums and bass, the backbone, if they have a distinct voice, if they are tight, if they are syncopated, that is when your band stands out from the rest of the cut. So that's the reason like why I could never leave bass, like just leave out bass and just go on playing guitars. So whenever I make guitar riffs, like even after playing it on my guitar, I go back to the bass and I try to find something which gives it a different or a dissonant flavor. So bass will always be there with me. Like that's an instrument like that. It makes me happy.
So are you a gear buff? Do you like to collect gears and stuff like that?
I like to see gears. I like to see videos, but never had a chance to explore a lot of stuff. Played a 5150 at a bassist place. Loved it. Genuinely. Like played Onkit Mitro, Onkit Das
Yeah, exactly.
pedal board. Like I can't say
And his
anything.
guitars too.
And his guitar too. Can't say anything. Yeah. So I have always been like, I always wanted to collect pedals like the same way I collect a lot of like memorabilia and all. I wanted to collect pedals.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Basically snatched from kids.
That's how you do it. Look at that. It's clear. You snatched it from kids.
okay, I need it. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. So coming back to gear, like always wanted to have a shovel, so got a shovel. Always wanted to have that. And my old trusty Pod X3 line 6 Pod X3 Live does my like this job does like it's fine for me for the time being, but like coming back to now the way that music is improving or the way the things are going, so I genuinely feel that I need to step up my game.
So like, what message do you have for your fans?
We don't have fans.
Who tells you that?
We don't have fans. Everybody who listens to Warmarshal is a Warmarshal. This is what I said.
Oh.
We don't have fans. Every person who is genuine enough to raise his concern in this society, in this fuck all of our society, is a Warmarshal. So nothing. Just raise your voice. Just scream out your lungs and make these elections count. Fucking make your people who are around you, make their lives easier and be good to every human fucking being. Be good to them. That is all that anything that this world needs right now. Right fucking now. Just be good to a person. That's it.
So like, last thing, like, what message do you have for the new musicians that are coming up? Like,
Message you have for new musicians?
yeah, exactly, from the scene and beyond.
Play. Fucking play. Fucking like don't like
A lot of
today, if a guy from a small town of Durgapur comes down in Kolkata and makes few bands in Kolkata, goes out of the scene, comes back again in Kolkata just to receive that same amount of love from the people, like whatever I get from those people. Whatever energy you see on the stage, it's basically like I siphon energy of those people. I siphon energy of them. That is how I play. If those people are standing still, how the fuck am I gonna play? Like, I can't. But I have to keep the crowd moving. I have to keep the momentum. I have to keep it going. If I can keep it going. And I am very young. We have stalwarts. We have people like Nolan, Ganesh. They are just moving forward. We have Sahil. They are just moving forward with the like flag of Indian metal flying fucking high. Like, if they are doing it from the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking 20-25 years, much more than that. Sometimes.
And that is like young musicians. Then if I am 30, then they don't even have that experience of life of how to continue 25, how to be like how to lead a life for 25 years. These guys have already led a life for 25 years and made a band for 25 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when these people are doing, and when we are striving hard just to enable anyhow, be it like a technical glitch on stage, run around, jump around, fix the fucking technical glitch. Like I have seen, like this has happened to me. I see like the processor of a guitarist like just went haywire. I simply jumped on the stage and it just tried to
last night.
It's basically that happens.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
like when we are trying so hard, when people way older than us are striving and they are like pushing metal forward, don't think a lot. Play. Just be the guy you want to be. If you want to play metalcore, play metalcore. If you want to play gent, play gent. If you want to play any damn thing, play any damn thing. But make it good and do it without like having that sense of like entitlement. Like I fucking hate this thing. Like people like you have brought out a song and like you act as if like people are fucking like you are entitled that people should fucking listen to you. Why the fuck people should listen to you? First, the thing is like put out your music in a format which is presentable. So make that much thing. And if your music is good, it has some value, people will automatically listen. I have been through this, I have seen this, and this is how I have been making music.
So like the final question that I'll ask you is like, what's in the future of Warmarshal?
Warmarshal had already completed 4 songs, so there are 4 new tracks in the works. Like not in the works, the tracks are already done. Like just basically polishing the stuff and all. And the next thing you know might be May or June we'll hit the studios. There is a slight change of sound. So people who are expecting, I should be saying this. People who want us to play World Tour, I'm really sorry for them. After this.
One more thing is when we can see Warmarshal live again.
Now that's such a question. Okay. So Warmarshal live. To be very honest, like I'm not talking about fuck COVID and all these things. Like not talking about the situation. I'll just say one thing. Like unless and until I have something tangible in my hand, what is the use of playing?
So you will only come to live when you have new songs.
We have new songs. We played a new song in 2019 itself.
You have so
We want to come back with a CD, with a new EP, with a new CD, so that we can give it to people and they can like actually listen to the new face of Warmarshal, or as we people in our back side we call Warmarshal version 2.0.
So fans of Warmarshal should expect the CD by maybe May, June.
No, not May, June. The CD will be, I think so, later this year. A bit later this year. So maybe like 2nd of October. The first EP came out on 2nd of October.
Okay.
So we want to keep on.
Okay, friends, so that was it. Warmarshal, showing from Warmarshal, we had a great time. We had covered some excellent stories and it was an excellent experience with him. So like check Warmarshal out, check out their old EP. I don't know if you can get a hold of the last CD and stuff or the merch. I don't know if that's available anymore.
They can get it.
Yeah, exactly. So like
These guys have taken the last CD, I think so.
Exactly. And the T-shirt is excellent. I don't know if they reprint that. You must get one because it's excellent to wear everywhere. So like that was Warmarshal, and so we'll be signing off.
And guys, do subscribe, like, and share. Fucking these 2 guys. These 2 guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, and we love Warmarshal as well.
So these guys, so subscribe these guys, like these guys, like and hang out with these guys.
Yeah, same from him as well. He's a fantastic person to hang out with. So signing off finally. So give the thumbs up.
Too high.